So hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Unpacking Possibility. I'm your host, Tracy Stein, as always. I am so happy to be here with you. And actually today, this is our 89th episode. And I'm saying our because really you are such an important part of this. You are why I do this. And so I feel like this is an achievement, not only for me, but for you as well. So thank you so much for all of your support all along. I wanted to share two little tidbits of good news related to that. Number one, I was super excited to find out that listennotes.com has ranked this podcast, Unpacking Possibility, among the top 10% of podcasts worldwide. That's really amazing because I started this a few years ago. I had no idea what I was doing. I definitely wanted to make a difference, but I've been learning all along the way. And certainly there's room to grow. That's a category with a lot of competition, but I'm so happy and grateful to be there, but I wouldn't be without you. So thank you. And relatedly, if you get my newsletter, you know that Odyssey.com, which is the second largest carrier of podcasts and radio shows around, now carries Unpacking Possibility. It's a huge thing. I'm super excited. And again, so grateful. I couldn't be here and do this without you. So just wanted to share those little bits of good news. But for this episode this week, our 89th episode, I'm playing again an earlier interview because I know that some of you only recently started following the show. This is from a few years ago, but it's a great conversation with a great person, and I know that you'll enjoy it, even if you heard it when it first came out. And it's my interview with none other than DJ Prince Hakim, otherwise known as Hakim Bell. You may already know something about him because you may have seen him perform on Good Morning America or The View. He's an internationally successful DJ, songwriter. He's also an expert manifestor. And if you've been following the show, you know I've spoken about that before quite a lot. I think Hakim embodies, among other things, that kind of 3M theory that I have about manifesting. So the first M is manifesting, somebody who's really successful at bringing things into being. And Hakim definitely embodies that. The other two M's are mystical, right? Because there's this idea that we believe that we can tap into something greater than ourselves, somehow shift the fabric of the universe a little bit, that it's responsive in some way. Not 100%, but there's more to it and more to our involvement and ability to shift things than most of us are led to believe, right? So the manifesting in terms of visualizing really clearly what it is you want to happen or be true and stepping into that experience as if it has already happened and is happening now. Hakim does that so well, and you'll hear more about that in the interview. But there's also the mundane part. And the mundane part is getting out there and doing the work. And sometimes for most of us, I think it's getting out there even before we feel ready, right? Hakim will talk about in the interview that how even as a young child, he knew he loved, mixing his own beats. He loved the idea of getting on stage. And it does run in the family. What you'll hear, if you don't know this already, is Hakim's father is none other than legendary performer Robert Kool Bell of Kool and the Gang, one of the founding members of Kool and the Gang. And Hakim has opened for Kool and the Gang. Of course, you probably already know that Kool and the Gang were recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Very well deserved, and honestly, I think long overdue. But you'll also hear what my experience of Hakim is that he's just a really nice and down-to-earth person. So even though he is often hobnobbing with celebrities like Whoopi Goldberg or Bill Clinton or designer Tory Burch or Jermaine Dupri, and lots of other people and names you would recognize, and performing all over the world as a very in-demand DJ, or performing his own music. Hakim is just a really kind soul. And with his family, his brother Muhammad, his father, and with his late mother, they started the Kool Kids Foundation, which provides musical instruments and other things to schools so that kids can develop their musical talents as well. It's just a good thing to do. And I really love that Hakim embodies the importance of giving back, especially when you're successful. You want to spread the love around. So you'll notice that there will be a link in the show notes so that you can check out the Kool Kids Foundation and Hakim and his work. But I really, again, am so happy that I've had the good fortune to interview really interesting people because I learn from them as well. So if you enjoyed this episode, again, please do remember to like, share, follow, leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to hear more of. And as always, again, I'm so grateful for you. So without further ado, let's get to the episode. And today's guest is terrific. I'm super excited to get to chat with him and introduce you to him. His name is Hakim Bell, otherwise known as DJ Prince Hakim. He is a musical artist. He is a rapper. He is a DJ. He's got incredible music out. And he's also a person who really gives back. And we'll talk about that work as well. So, Hakim, I'm going to let you do a lot more of the talking today because you're way more interesting than I am. But but welcome to the podcast, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for that cool introduction, Tracy. Happy to be here,
I'm so glad to have you. And honestly, as I mentioned before we started recording, I've been listening to your music all morning, and it is so good.
Wow, thank you. I love creating and producing and co-writing songs. I have 3 songs out under Prince Hakim on Spotify and all the streaming platforms. The first one is called Royalty, and the second one's called So Impressive, and my latest is called Summer Love. Yeah.
It's all so good.
Yeah, 80s inspired music, feel good music, mixed with today's beats.
It's so good. And it is the kind of music, I feel like that's kind of like the test, right? That people want to sing it. They want to move. I'm not a good dancer, but I wanted to dance. And It seems like music that will stand the test of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It would stand the test of times. Sort of like my family's music, Kool the Gang. Their music stands the test of time. So that's my inspiration. That's my, I watch these guys. My dad and uncles, become this popular band, that has lots of hits under their belt. So that's the blueprint, that's, where I get my inspiration and energy from,
I'm so glad you brought that up because, you have this lineage of this incredible music. Your father, Robert Kool Bell, and his brothers, founded Kool the Gang, and that music absolutely stands the test of time. I've loved it for decades. It's still as amazing today as it was when it came out.
It's so good. It's so good. Kudos to the Kool the Gangs of the world, Earth, Wind and Fires of the world, Isley Brothers, Hall & Oates. I can go on and on, but man, Chicago, Doobie Brothers. I mean, sheesh. You don't make it like that no more.
No, you're totally right.
Yes.
And I want to talk about that because actually your upbringing was so unique because you got to meet so many of the people that you just mentioned and a whole lot of other people. And I want you to talk a little bit about what influenced your decision to go into music yourself.
Yeah. Yes. So those bands that I mentioned, I had the honor of meeting all of them and perform with some of them, as I toured with Kool the Gang for 10 years as a rapper, hype man, before I started DJing. and we would tour with Chicago and do gigs with Hall and Oates and Rod Stewart and hang out with Earth, Wind and Fire. Van Halen, Kid Rock, so many. The Gap Band, Morris Day, so many. Man, it's just incredible. And Sister Sledge, Elton John, but yeah. So that inspired me. I was born into a musical family, so I got the bug early, and it's still with me. I got the bug early.
It's so amazing. Your journey. I've read a little bit about your journey, and I've seen some excerpts of other interviews, and I know that you also hung out with Jermaine Dupri, and
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. See, what's funny? I met Jermaine at 14. I'm in my 40s now, but I'm timeless. Say
you
how
are
old are you?
timeless.
Say how old are you? I'm timeless. I'm 100. But yeah, as a teenager, I met Jermaine Dupri, a humble kid, that just trying to get into the music business. And I met him at a convention in Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. Long story short, we've been friends since 14, but now he blew up. I watched this guy, watch my friend blow up to the moon. And and the same night my dad got inducted to the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Well, the band. Jermaine was inducted to the Songwriters Hall of Fame. He's sitting right aside from me. So it was really, really, it really tripped me out. Like, wow, they're getting inducted at the same time.
Must have
Yeah.
been incredible.
Yeah. But Jermaine's a great friend, one of my best friends. And, you don't find many, humble souls like that brother right there. Cause, he has a lot of accolades. His ego could be much bigger.
Exactly. And I one of the questions I wanted to ask you, because you do have this really extraordinarily unique life journey already, and you're not that old, and you've already had such incredible experiences and met such incredible artists and performers. I'm wondering, did you always know that you wanted your
Yeah.
career to be music? Or
Oh, yeah.
was there a moment like where you're like, I want to do this for my career?
I always knew, I always knew music would drive me, even in school. I look back at now, I'm like, damn, I think I had ADD in school because, I'm learning but I'm always thinking about a song or something else. It's always that would take my attention, away from what I should be really studying, and learning. But I graduated high school, but right after high school, um, I um, I got a record deal
That's
with
amazing.
yeah, 18, 19 years old. So I didn't go to college. I went. The music industry is my college. I got a record deal with a band, and I've been in the music industry since. So if if it's my gift, and that's obvious. One of my gifts. I'm still trying to discover a few other gifts because I know there's more. But music is definitely one of my gifts, and I don't know what else I would be doing.
But
Yeah.
that's really so great. And it's actually, I think it's pretty unique because a lot of people spend a lot of their lives trying to figure out what moves them, right? Because they do what they think they should be doing and not what they are. So the fact that you knew right away early on that music was your passion and what you wanted to be doing, not just for fun, but like to make your work for the fun, right? And enjoyable. I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Well, thank you. I don't know how my mom would feel about get a job, turn that shit down. But no, no, no. God bless her. I know she's smiling down. She's so happy. I keep it with me. Yeah, I keep it with me.
Oh, it's beautiful.
On certain occasions. Yeah. But shout out to Sakinah Bell. And she's not to jump, but she started the Kool Kids Foundation. And I'm just me and my brother and dad, we're just kind of taking it over from what she started, her vision she had in mind, to help kids in the inner city community to see how we can help them. And she said, well, instruments, Kool Kids Foundation, we can raise money for instruments because they're the first to get cut in the schools. And that's how Kool the Gang started. You guys met in school, you're playing in school, you're in Boys and Girls Club. So let's do that mission. So that leads us to the Kool Kids Foundation, and me and you talked about a few weeks. Yeah.
I am so glad you brought that up because we were definitely going to talk about that. And it's so important. One of the things I so admire is when celebrities use their platforms and their star power for doing things to help other people who don't have that kind of platform, who don't have that kind of access. And I love that your family, I didn't realize your mom actually is the one who started the foundation.
Yes. She started it, created the LLC, and she threw her first event in Montclair. It was an oldies but goodies party at the Women's Country Club in Montclair. And it was packed, the air conditioning wasn't really working right. It was hot in there. But she was roller skating, and it was good to see her. It was the last big event she had. I think she ended up getting sick the year after. But so looking back on that, it's like, wow, that was a good time, So we're on. That was the first event, and then we started doing celebrity golf outings to help raise money. And we're gonna do a lot more other stuff. We're still fairly new, and a guy by the name of Mark Goldberg, who's the president of O.J. Anderson, an MVP, former New York Giants running back.
Okay.
Lawrence Taylor played together as the MVP of the Super Bowl twice. Hall of Fame guy for sure. Well, anyway, Mark Goldberg, a good friend of mine, is the president of his foundation. So he said, Hawk, we've been doing celebrity golf outings for 12 years. Let me help Kool Kids. You have a foundation. So that reignited. Now we're on our third annual. And last year, Chris Tucker came, and Ja Rule, and Lawrence Taylor, O.J. Anderson, Kathy Sledge of Sister Sledge. So many people, so many people. And we're back again on July 12th at Cedar Hill Country Club in Livingston, New Jersey for our third annual. And a lot of those same people I named are coming back and more.
That's really incredible. And we're going to jump around a little.
Yeah.
I want you to tell people how they can find out more about the foundation, how they can make a donation, whether or not they can go to the golf tournament. I don't know if there are spots left at the golf tournament, but people can absolutely still donate. Oh,
yeah, you can donate. The website is www.koolkidsfoundation.org. It's koolkidsfoundation.org. You can donate anytime you want, $1, $100, $1,000, no amount is too small or too big. And we still have room. There's a reception after the golf outing that we really loosen up, and live band and DJs, and we dance and give out awards and stuff. And there's still room to play golf. You can play golf with a celebrity. We have a brochure. You can check it out on the website and, kind of see where you may want to fit in at, But there's a lot of different options you can play at,
That's terrific. And
now you'll be out of town, right? Are you coming, or are you going to come hang out, or what?
I'm going to confess something just between us and whoever listens. I don't play golf.
Oh, that's all right. Just hang out.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I didn't think a non-golfer could go. It's not that I don't want to golf. I haven't. So,
right.
I can't imagine I'm quite all that good.
Right. Okay. No, you can just come hang if you want.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, the photos online, you can see, regular people, the celebrity guests. Looks like they're having a ball. So
I'll tell you, the Cedar Hill Country Club in Livingston is beautiful. And
I believe it.
People are saying, wow, this is one of the best outings I ever been to. We lay it out, the food, the buffet, drinks on the house, entertainment, then that beautiful land to play golf on, and the energy. It's all good energy,
Absolutely. And I'm going to plug your father's champagne.
Le Kool Champagne. Yes, Le Kool Champagne. LeKoolChampagne.com. LeKoolChampagne.com. Yeah, he's having fun with that.
I got to go get a bottle.
Oh yeah, we'll get you one for sure. Now we have three: Blanc LeBlanc, the Grand Cru, Rosé. What kind of champagne do you
I'm
like?
not picky. They all sound good.
Well, we're gonna send one on up the road to you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'll go buy it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to support.
Yeah, absolutely. We like that. The first one we give you for free, so you can fall in love with it.
I'm sure I will. Um, no, I mean, you have some incredible stuff going on. I got to ask you a question
Yeah.
because I feel like I've read this somewhere, but part of the Kool Kids Foundation is also acknowledging teachers, right? And you've acknowledged your teacher and a teacher of yours in the past who was really influential. And am I remembering that correctly?
No, but we we love the teachers. There's a lot of teachers I could acknowledge, but no, we haven't. Not yet, not yet. But that's a good idea.
I could have sworn I read that.
Really?
Maybe I was looking into the future.
Yeah. Maybe.
But did you have an influential music teacher who really said, you know what, Hakim, you need to do this for a living?
Yeah, it was my uncle, man, Ronald Bell.
Okay.
My dad's brother. And watching him and my other uncle Amir and Jermaine Dupri, those are my teachers. Hakeem from The Boys, Teddy Riley. Watching those guys and it really inspired me. Really, but I didn't have like a music teacher per se. No. I took piano lessons after school that I hated to take, me and my brother, but I'm taking them now as an adult and I'm loving it. And I'm like, I wish I would have started earlier. But but no. I mean, but you have a lot of teachers in life. You just yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of teachers in life, man, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, like, I mean, and obviously you've had some remarkably good teachers. Most of us don't have, music greats, teaching us. So what an incredible experience. And I love that music is such a huge part of your life in every realm. I mean, as a DJ, you have gotten to play some incredible gigs. And I'm wondering if you want to talk about that as well. Because not only do you write music and perform and rap, but you are a very in-demand DJ.
Yeah, no, I've been DJing 6 years so far professionally. As a kid, we would DJ and produce and make beats, but professionally, it's been about 6 years, and man, things are just growing. I just can't believe some of the opportunities that fall in my lap. I mean, I work for it, and I'm good, obviously. But I work for the Clinton Foundation, and I got to meet Bill Clinton. That was part of my deal. I said, hey, if I make this, because my dad was getting my uncle were getting their Hollywood star in Hollywood on the Walk of Fame. The same day, I got an offer to DJ for Clinton in New York. So I had to make a decision. But I said, listen, I'll do it because this is going to be great on my resume. And who gets to DJ for President Bill? So I said, is he going to be there? It's like, yeah. I was like, can I get a photo op? They said, yeah. I said, then tell them I'll do it, And wow, that was awesome. And I DJed at Carnegie Hall. And Whoopi called. She opened up her new store, Whoopi Goldberg. She opened up her new store in America Dream Mall here.
I didn't know that.
In Jersey, yeah.
Okay.
They called me to open up that. So that was awesome. Tory Burch.
Okay.
Designer, fashion designer.
Yeah.
Burch, she had an opening of a Flatiron store, and I got the DJ for her, and all the celebrities and supermodels were there. So many gigs. The Bonnaroo Music Festival. That was awesome in Nashville, Tennessee. That's a big festival. 3-day festival on this farm and hundreds of thousands of people. So,
wow.
So many. I can go on and on. Last week, 4th of July, a few days ago.
Yeah, really.
July, I did an opening set for Kool The Gang at the Raiders Shell Amphitheater. And man, that was pretty wild too. Really, really good stuff. So a lot of good things happening,
That must have been incredible. And you also, am I correct, did a Grammys after party with Kool The Gang? Right?
Yes, yep. I actually performed. I was a rapper hype man on that gig. Yeah, that was really, really, really cool. Wow, I almost forgot about that. That was insane.
How do you forget about that?
That was amazing. And, you get to go to the Grammy, you get the ticket, the VIP, red carpet, then you get to perform at the after party. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm very blessed, man. I don't take any of this for granted.
That is a perfect segue to what I want to ask you about next. Where you said, I'm very blessed. And listen, you're obviously a very talented guy. You've obviously been living and breathing music your entire life. It's in the blood. You come from a family of, stellar performers and artists. But, you know, I also want to talk to you about the whole manifesting thing, because you have really, like you say, you have such appreciation, and you know how great this is. So
Yes.
you feel like you envisioned this and manifested
Yeah.
that's happening. That's what I want to ask you.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure. A lot of these great things that happen in my life, have been manifest, whether it's writing it down or meditating on it, or speaking life, and, yes, it shows up. It shows up whether it's a month from now, a year from now, 5 years, 10 years, it does show up if you, stay in the light. And I try to stay in the light, read the signs, a lot of signs you miss, but you have to be tuned in to catch a lot of signs from different energy can lead you to amazing things, You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. And I really wish, well, you don't want to, I don't have any regrets, but if I would have maybe read The Secret Book or saw The Secret at 14, you know, but it's been really even really cooler. But I'm here now, and there's no time like the present. But yes, manifestations for sure. For sure. No question.
It's
And it doesn't always come how you exactly view it. Like I say, I want to play Madison Square Garden after watching Run DMC play it as a kid and Bon Jovi. I want to play him and Cool. I want to play Madison Square Garden. I never played it as a DJ, as an artist myself, but I played it 2 times. But I was with Kool The Gang, but I still played it. So it's like, you want to play the Garden. It might happen one way, but I still touched the Garden stage and 20,000 people, and it's roaring. And, it wasn't my show, but I still touched that stage. So that's what I mean with it may not come how you see it, but it will manifest. That's a fact. That's a fact.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's no
And
question.
a quick aside is that I saw a clip of you and Kool the Gang, and the clip is of Jungle Boogie and you
Yes.
rapping, and it's awesome. It's
Yes. I wish they panned to the crowd, to see that freaking audience, man. But that was on a Van Halen tour. Who would think Kool the Gang and Van Halen would go on a 50-city tour? But David Lee Roth wanted them, and he told Eddie and
smart guy.
his brother said, it's like, what? You want who? The Kool the Gang, this is what I want. I just watched them on Glastonbury. We used to cover their songs when we were coming up and watch. And they said, okay, Eddie. It's the reunion tour, so everyone had to, work with each other. But it was awesome. It was awesome. Shout out to Van Halen and God, Eddie passed away. I got to spend a lot of time with those guys.
What an incredible experience that must have been.
Yeah, then after that, the crazy man Kid Rock called the band. Hey, I saw you on the Van Halen tour. I want you to come on tour with me for this summer. So that was pretty wild too.
It's like one door opening to the next door, to the next door, to the next door.
To the next, right.
I love how you bring up such an incredible point about manifesting, because even though I'm a psychologist, I talk about manifesting. I have my spiritual side, and I know you definitely have your spiritual side. So, I'm glad we're talking about it. But you're exactly right. Like, I feel like if we get so attached to something having to happen exactly this way, or we don't want it, we miss out on so much. Sometimes it comes and it's packaged differently from what we would have thought of, and it can still be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how you said that. It's packaged differently, and it could still be great, still be great. But also, like, for DJing, for an example, no DJ really likes request all night, but I some of them could be annoying. But, you know, and this is just, I mean, so many things have been manifest, but this is just listening to, um, staying in light, following signs. And, so, but sometimes I swear these requests come from somewhere else because it'd be the perfect request. I'll say, all right, what do you want to hear? I said, wow. And it'd be the perfect time to segue into that sound. So, that's, to me, that's just being tuned in, but I have so many stories like that, whether it's meeting someone and that can open another door or, a bunch of stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even just the Clinton Foundation story completely makes sense to me that it was an opportunity that felt really exciting and you wouldn't have thought, it's not like you would have thought to be like calling them being like, hey, do you want me to DJ? So it kind of
Right.
came to you,
It came to me. Yes, yes, right, right. A lot of these gigs just come to me, for sure, for sure. Absolutely. Carnegie Hall.
I mean, amazing.
Yes, yes. The after party for the Carnegie Hall Notables. It's a group at the Carnegie Hall. And they called me to do their parties in Carnegie Hall. And that was just like, wow, wow, wow. And relationships are everything. But, you get relationships by your vibration. You attract what you vibrate. So I have the best relationships. I have the best relationships in the world. And it's just, yes, I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm making so many more relationships.
No, absolutely. Um, and we were talking a little bit before we started recording, and you brought up some people who've been influential, and you're kind of noticing the signs, and you're talking about your vibration. So, Michael Beckwith, you mentioned, and Eckhart Tolle, and I forget who else you mentioned.
Yeah.
But you mentioned things like The Secret, but really kind of, I know it sounds so corny when I say like, okay, raising your vibration, but like when you do it, you know how it feels, right? Where you feel like, okay, now I get it.
Oh yeah. Yes, yes. You feel it. And once you start seeking the light, it'll show up. You wake up, you put your crown on, your light, and you just follow the light, man. It'll guide you. It will truly guide you and meditate and listen to your inner voice. And, if you, if you seek it, it'll find you. And then you'll notice your circle changing. You hear conversations different. You read people different, and if you walk in a room, if the energy's not right, you just vibrate on a whole another level. That's what works for me. And if
Absolutely.
it works for me, I'm God's child, just like everyone watching this. Why won't it work for you? So. But Michael Beckwith and Eckhart Tolle, those guys are major powerhouses with and staying in the light and stuff that they sharing their gift. I mean, if you don't get anything after listening to these guys, I don't know what else I don't know how I can help you, maybe it's just not for you. I guess there's light and there's darkness, I choose the light,
And I get how everybody kind of has to find their own particular path.
Absolutely.
You made a joke before, but I'm going to ask you more about it. That you said, "Oh, I wish I had read stuff like this when I was like 14." Because imagine how much easier everything would have been. And I think all of us have that thought too, right? But we come to it when we come to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just the level of maturity, but you're 14, I'm just saying if it just as far as securing and nurturing a lot of relationships, people I met at that age, growing up from then, I was not a crazy kid, but I was wild, having fun, you don't know what's going on. But I just say that to say if there are any teenagers listening or watching this, like, find your light, find your tribe, like now. Find it now, and keep yourself around good people.
And I love that you talk too about meditation, because meditation doesn't have to be this thing that's perfect, right? I think sometimes people think like, oh, if they're not able to keep focus perfectly, especially teenagers, right? It's so hard for them to keep focus on, their breathing or sit in stillness but it's okay for it to be perfectly imperfect, right?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But you're so right that like you become more aware of what's around you.
Yeah.
More tuned in.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Hold on, I hit the wrong button. Can you see
That's
me?
okay. I can
Yeah.
see perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Um, so my parents were raised us in Islam,
Okay.
and that played an important part in my spiritual connection to the universe as well. Because Islam teaches you peace and being still, and you're praying, and you're going to the mosque, which is similar to a church, and you're around other spiritual people. So that helped me stay grounded as well. As I mature, I kind of, develop my own spiritual path, but much love and respect to Islam and all the religions. But I love Buddhism too, a certain aspect of Buddhism, and other stuff that they teach as well. So yeah, but that definitely religion does help. Having faith in something, and a higher being does help me stay connected and realize how powerful the universe is.
I love that you're talking about that. And I love that you're talking about how your religious upbringing kind of really set the stage for your own spiritual path and your growth. And it sounds actually that it's just, your spirituality has um, grown to include other ways of thinking about life and God and
Yeah,
along the way, but that your foundation really has been Islam. And I think that's wonderful
yeah,
that you're talking about that.
yeah, for sure. And it's who I am. I have to, and I thank my parents for that. But yeah, but the foundation was Islam. They converted, and I guess they were trying to find some spiritual path as well, which is awesome. If you listen to Kool The Gang's early music, it's real. I'm talking about the '70s. It's real spiritual music. Really, really cool, funky, spiritual songs. And then in the '80s, they got more commercial and crossed over. Different. But the Jungle Boogies and Chocolate Buttermilks. I mean, so many songs. Winter Sadness, Sea of Tranquility, Higher Plane. I mean, listen to some of the titles. Um, really, really, really spiritual music. So
I
yeah.
love that. I think that's great. And I think people actually listening are going to go back and listen to those songs and hear them in a new way.
As they should. Check out Summer Madness. It was in the Rocky One, and a big singing Rocky One song called Summer Madness that Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff end up sampling.
Yep.
Won their first Grammy to a song they called Summertime.
Right.
They lifted the music from Summer Madness. So
I remember.
yeah, killer tune, killer tune.
That's really, I mean, there's so many rich anecdotes that you have. I mean, we could be actually talking all day because there's so much that have in your history and in your memory bank, and it's just fascinating. Really is.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure, for
interesting.
sure. No, for sure.
Do you have a favorite band other than Kool and the Gang?
Oh, so many. It's hard, when they say it. It's so, because I listen to so much music. I love Coldplay. I'm a big Bon Jovi fan, Run DMC, Jay-Z, Kanye. But bands, Earth, Wind, and Fire, I would have to say maybe Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Amazing.
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire is pretty tough. Coldplay, too. I really like Coldplay.
Both kind of timeless. Their music, I think,
Timeless.
endures, right?
Yeah, there's a cool band out of Ireland called The Script. They haven't put out any music recently, but their songs are written like amazing, man. They're called The Script,
Okay.
Really cool band.
Definitely want to check that out.
Yes, check them out.
Do you have a favorite Kool and the Gang song? I don't know how you would narrow it down, but I wonder if there's one that's like your go-to that you're like, oh, this is the one I listen to most.
Yeah, it's tough. There's so many good ones, but in concert, my favorite song that they perform, if you ever get a chance to see the band, definitely go see them, would be Get Down on It.
Oh, such a good song.
Yeah, yeah, it would be
Such a
Get
good,
Down on It.
such a good song. I want to also, as you know, when I checked in with you before, I definitely want to include one of your songs in our interview. I'll add that in. Which one do you think is the perfect one to add into this interview?
Um, I like So Impressive.
Okay, it's such a great song.
Yeah, I like So Impressive. Royalty's good too. But
They're all good.
yeah, maybe So Impressive.
Okay,
Or
people won't
royalty.
be
It's up
able.
to you. Or royalty. Yeah,
Okay,
up to
there
you.
people won't be able to stop singing it. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
no, it's so good. You're very talented. Um, I think you've already described your style. I know you said that the '80s is a huge influence on your musical style.
Yes, for sure. Love the 80s music. Love it, man. It's like, you know, uh, it was a time where, it was just really feel good music, with instruments and bridges and chord changes, and intros and outros, it's just not the same. I mean, much love. Listen, I'm not knocking the music today. It's really good, some good stuff out there. But the music that gets pushed to the forefront that the record label was pushing your face, it's just changed. But shout out to Bruno Mars. I love Bruno.
Yep.
Maroon 5, Kanye's very creative and, some good stuff. But the 80s, 70s, the 80s, my favorite, James Brown, Cyndi Lauper, man, Blondie. I mean,
Oh
geez,
yeah.
forget about it.
Again, that's why it's still around. That's why people still listen to it and enjoy it as much now.
Michael Jackson, Prince. My
Yep.
God. Whew.
Absolutely. So
Madonna, really.
it's hard to come up with a bad one.
Yeah, yeah, they were putting it down.
Absolutely. I'm just taking a peek at some of my questions. I won't pepper you with every one because I don't want to drive you nuts with all my questions. And I think there's a lot actually that we have covered. So you have teamed up with vocalists, by the way, that are also really great.
Yeah.
Walter Anderson,
Yes, yes.
very good.
So Walt
Really,
thought amazing songwriter, amazing talent. This kid plays every instrument. And what amazing talent. Walt Anderson. Definitely check him out. But he's featured on two of my songs, Royalty and So Impressive. Mm-hmm.
really
And
good.
yeah. And I want to do more with Walt. I
That'd
would like
be
to do
great.
more songs with Walt.
I will be your first listener.
Ah, I love it. That's so cool. That's so cool.
I love it too. I think it's great. Um, let's see. I think we've covered a lot. Um, I guess, I know you're really busy, so I don't want to keep you, but a message that you have for young kids who really are passionate about music, want to do more with music, and maybe, don't get the kind of encouragement that you had. Because, I looked at the website for the Kool Kids Foundation and I thought there was some paragraphs in there that I thought were so spot on. You made a joke about it before, like your mom saying, "Oh, get a job." But obviously, your mom loved and supported you.
Yeah.
But, what about kids whose teachers or parents don't get it? The whole music thing. What do you want to say?
Yeah. Um, well, listen to your parents, and maybe explain to them that first you have to recognize if this is really what are you in it for, because a lot of people that has access, you can make music so easily now that everyone's doing it and everyone doesn't have talent. So I would say, but you could make it. You don't have to be so talented to make it these days. And that's what to me is hurting the industry, but it's all about numbers and TikTok. So, that's what these record labels are following. But to have be a career artist 40, 50 years later, I think you have to first recognize if you have a gift, if this is your gift. And how do you do that? By whether it's songwriting, because there's different ways you can break into the industry. Everyone doesn't have to be Michael Jackson or Justin Timberlake. You can be a songwriter, you can be a A&R, you can work for a record label, you can work promotions, radio. It doesn't always have to be, I want to be this rapper, and blow up. But if you do want to be a rapper that blows up, I would say study the greats, you know, study the greats like Jay-Z and Nas and Eminem, these guys that are impeccable songwriters, and just try to be great at what you're doing, and then go out and perform and put your music out, and you'll know your feedback, and you'll know. And it takes time, put some years into it. Don't think it's going to happen in 3 weeks, but put some time into it. And I think you'll know if you have a gift for this. So if you have this incredible voice, if you're a singer, or this incredible rap skill, or incredible songwriter, incredible guitar player, maybe you can go on tour with a band, and become a band musician for a backup band. These guys have been with my dad for over 30 years just playing the guitar, so you can make a living. But I would say just see if you have a gift, and get in touch with me. And I'll give you my opinion. I'll give you my opinion and see if you have the gift or not. And if you do, I'll sign you up.
You're going to get too many people sending you all their music.
Yeah.
You're going to be sorry you said that.
Yeah. That's funny. But find your gift. You'll know. You will know. And if it's not your gift, then pivot to something else. Everyone's not gonna make it in the music industry. It's just the odds, But everyone could put themselves out there to see the feedback, because you can do it tomorrow. You can make a song, you can upload it tomorrow, promote it, and you start getting one fan at a time, take and build your army up, because that's what the record label is going to respect. Does this person has an army of fans, potential army of fans and followers that we can partner up with this person? Because it's not about talent anymore, just having this incredible voice and, sign them up. That's done. You got to have the numbers, the fan base, and they want to see, what do you call it? Data.
Yeah.
They want the metrics. Yeah. They want to see the metrics and data.
What about the kids who just love music and just want to play it and just want to create music because it moves their soul? And I don't know, maybe they'll become professional musicians and maybe they won't. But I feel like music speaks to the soul. What I was wondering is for kids who maybe, they're not going to be the world's most famous musicians, but they just love music and they just want to learn to create music or play music because it moves them. It feeds their souls.
Yes. I say pick up that instrument, that guitar or whatever's feeding your soul, and take lessons. Take lessons. Join, here in Montclair, we have the Montclair Jazz Festival, and they have jazz kids. These kids are amazing. Like, seek and you will find, you could take lessons over Zoom, yeah, there's no excuse on why you can't move the needle on whatever you want to do, Find a mentor. I have so many cool mentors, and I love mentoring kids if they listen, the ones that listen. But yeah, I would say, just, seek, man, seek. Yeah, and contact me. I'm telling you, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you if you got it or not.
I'm not responsible if you get a zillion people contact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hakim, it was so nice to get to chat with you. This is, we've seen each other before. This is the first time we've actually had a conversation. It's been so enjoyable to get to, learn more about you today. Where can people learn more about your work if they want to find out more about you?
So I have a website, djprincehakim.com. That's djprincehakim.com. And all of my social media, you can find me from my website. And yeah, you can contact me via my website.
That is so great. And again, I wanted to just thank you again for making time for me today and to be on the podcast. It was so nice to connect with you. I will put the info about you and the Kool Kids Foundation in the show notes. But again, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tracy, for having me. Let's grab some tea soon, and I'll get you a bottle of liqueur.
The first of many. The rest I'll buy.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been another episode of Unpacking Possibility with Dr. Tracy Stein. If you like the episode, please remember to like, share, and follow. And now enjoy So Impressive by Prince Hakim.
Feels real good out there. You're listening to Royalty Radio. I'm your DJ, I'm your DJ, Prince Hakim.
You're a work of art. From the moment I laid my eyes on you, I knew. Yeah, picture perfect. Like every inch of you, Picasso took time and drew. There's no one like you, baby. It even seems the air you breathe just can't wait to be available to you. I've never seen nothing like it. And the very ground you walk on just loves to take you where you're going to. Everything about you blows my mind. You're extraordinary, girl, like no ordinary girl. So impressive, it's so impressive. Extraordinary girl, far from ordinary girl. So impressive, it's so impressive. You're unforgettable. Ever since I met you, I just can't keep you off my mind. Oh no, and I'm gonna keep you close, cause the gem you are is rare and hard to find. Ain't no one like you, babe. I'm digging how you got your own. You don't need someone to make you who you are. Oh, baby, you don't need them. I've been watching from a distance, but trust me, I won't let you get too far. Cause everything about you blows my mind. You're extraordinary, ordinary girl. So impressive, impressive girl. Extraordinary, it's what you are, girl. Ordinary girl. So impressive, so impressive. You should know how to shine. I give you what's mine at the drop of a dime. Number one above nine. Oh, girl, you so fine. Top of the line. A little life for the do with flavor, babe. I hope so. Hate to see you fade away. I hope so. Hate to see you fade away. Everything about you blows my mind. You're extraordinary girl. So impressive, so impressive, so impressive, so impressive. Extraordinary girl, ordinary girl. So impressive, you're impressive, girl.